Welcome back to News 3 Today at 11. Next weekend, you're invited to show your solidarity against violence as the Hope Initiative and Hog Mob Ministries, that is, say that fast, Hog Mob Ministries host Pray for My Hood Cookout and Concert. Harold Zion Edwards, the Hope Initiative Director at Bull Street Baptist Church, joins us now with more. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know why you're smiling, because I almost died a few minutes ago, and this man did not help me, y'all. I'm just letting you know that right now, okay? So let's talk about, before we get to the event, let's talk about the initiative, the Hope Initiative at your church.
Yes, the Hope Initiative is basically a domestic ministry that we have that basically is geared toward reaching out into our community and loving on them in practical ways. It's based on Titus chapter number 3, verse 14, where the Bible tells us to encourage one another in good works so as in to prove not to be unfruitful in the work of the Lord. And so the Hope Initiative is a ministry that I oversee. We mobilize, train, and equip our church volunteers to be missional and evangelistic in our local city and communities.
So how did this start and why? Was there a purpose behind this?
Great question, yes. So we actually started this post-COVID, and particularly there was a burden that arose as a result of the pandemic, and kids particularly being kind of like forced into the doors, you know, throughout the day looking at a computer screen. And so we was thinking about ways we could really love on our community, and one of the things that kind of like came out of that was the Hope Initiative. And we offer free tutorial services to the public school system since COVID to now. And then also we do other events such as prayer walks and a big back to school event that happens the Saturday before the kids go back to school. And so it all falls up under the Hope Initiative, which is our outreach ministry.
Okay, so now we can talk about Pray for Our Hood.
Yes.
And how this all came about, because this is a big concert, but it's also a way to get people together to connect and to find solutions to what's going on right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Hog Mob Ministries is an acronym that stands for Hooked on God, Ministry Over Business.
Okay.
Which actually kind of like speaks to the heart behind the ministry, which is we addictively pursue a desire with the Lord Jesus Christ and strive to live lives that again aligns with his purposes and not our own. And so I serve as the representative for the Southeastern region. This ministry is based out of Sacramento, California, and we basically travel throughout the country partnering with local churches and agencies all over this country, going into the inner city for the purpose of engaging the elements that unfortunately continue to plague our society as a whole, but most specifically those in urban areas. And so the event that's happening on the 26th is just that. It will be an expression and an extension of that ministry, as we have had the ability to actually garner such support in the city, local churches, agencies, just to name a few: Thrive Savannah, ONES, which is an acronym that stands for Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. We're going to have the sheriff out there. Sheriff Coleman is going to be there. So it's going to be a huge event. We're excited about the solidarity that we can actually represent on that particular day to stand against, again, like you said, the gun violence and the things that are negatively plaguing our society.
And that's what I was going to talk about, because, you know, lately we've seen an uptick in that sort of thing. What are you hoping will be the result of this event?
Well, I believe our prayer and desire is that we will be able to present hope in another alternative as it relates to, again, when conflict arises and the things that often is just a part of human life. And violence, again, is in our culture something that is kind of like championed, unfortunately, and is often a lot of times what people often turn to when these particular things arise. But we want to, first of all, offer hope, which is through the gospel, we believe, and then also alternative means and methods to deal when opposition and disagreements arise other than violence.
Okay, and we're running out of time, but the way that you're getting folks there is by offering a great sort of initiative to get them there, and that's with the concert, the free food.
Yes.
What can people expect?
Yeah, it's going to be something for everybody. We're going to have bounce houses for the kids, free food, some great music by one of our DJs that will actually be playing music, and you're going to have some great performances by some of the top Christian hip-hop artists throughout this country who are also part of the ministry of Hog Mob Ministries.
All right, a great incentive for you. Here it is, Pray for My Hood. That's Saturday, April 26th, not this Saturday, but the following, from 1 to 5 p.m. at Blackshear Basketball Complex. That's on Wheaton Street. For more information, visit our website. That's wsav.com/Hope Initiative. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having
I forgive you for not saving my life, okay? I forgive you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.